You didn't say anything. You didn't cry. You were just sitting there, lost in a moment, staring at nothing in particular, and your dog got up slowly from across the room, walked over and pressed their head against your leg. You hadn't moved. You hadn't made a sound. So how did they know? The answer involves 3 biological systems working simultaneously, and one of them begins detecting your emotional state before you're even fully aware of it yourself. Once you understand this, the way your dog looks at you in those quiet moments will mean something completely different. Most people connect this to love. And yes, love is there. But that's not an explanation. Because love doesn't explain why your dog can tell the difference between you sitting quietly while sad versus sitting quietly while calm, when both look identical from across the room. Something is being detected that you aren't broadcasting. There are 3 detection systems your dog uses simultaneously. The first will surprise you. The second will change how you think about your dog's nose. And the third is the thing science least expected to find. The first system, scent. When humans begin to experience emotional distress, measurable biochemical changes occur in our bodies. Cortisol rises, adrenaline shifts, skin conductance changes, body temperature fluctuates. All of these change the chemical composition of what we emit through our skin and breath. Your dog's nose, with 300 million scent receptors, detects these shifts before they manifest in your behavior or facial expression. A 2022 study published in PLOS ONE found that trained dogs could distinguish human stress samples from baseline samples with an accuracy rate of 94%. 94%. Your dog smells your stress before you show it. You haven't cried. You haven't changed your posture. You haven't said a word. And your dog already knows, because your body chemistry changed first. When I read this, I thought, they're not just watching us. They're reading us on a molecular level. Does this change how you think about those moments when your dog suddenly comes and sits beside you? Write it in the comments. The second system, visual and auditory processing. A 2018 study found that dogs respond to human faces expressing 6 basic emotions: anger, fear, happiness, sadness, surprise, and disgust, with measurable changes in their gaze and heart rate, not just recognizing faces, physiologically responding to them. When shown a sad face, dogs shifted their gaze to the left side, the same left gaze bias humans show when reading distressing emotional content. On the auditory side, brain scans reveal that a cry, a sob, a voice breaking, activate both the auditory cortex and the amygdala in dogs. The amygdala, the brain's emotional processing center. Your dog doesn't just hear you cry. They process the emotional content of that sound, the way they would process something that matters deeply to them. When did your dog last come to you because something in your voice shifted? Not because you called them. Write it in the comments. Now the third system, the one nobody expected. A 2019 study tracked the heart rates of dogs and their owners simultaneously during stressful situations. Some dog-owner pairs showed synchronized cardiac patterns during emotionally intense moments, their heartbeats literally mirroring each other in real time. Not just the dog reacting to the human, both changing together. Researchers call this emotional contagion, a primitive form of empathy where one being begins to share the emotional state of another. Your dog doesn't just detect your sadness. In some cases, physiologically, they begin to feel it when you're sitting in that quiet, heavy stillness. Your dog may not just be responding to you. They may be inside the feeling with you. That's not a metaphor. That's measurable biology. Have you ever felt like your dog understood something you couldn't put into words? Write it in the comments, because I think more of us have experienced this than we realize. There's a specific moment researchers have studied more than any other: the moment you cry. A 2012 study published in Animal Cognition presented dogs with 2 scenarios. In one, their owner hummed quietly. In the other, their owner cried. The dogs approached the crying person, whether it was their owner or a complete stranger, significantly more than the humming person. Not their owner specifically, any crying human. This is important because it means the response isn't just attachment. It's something older, something that predates the individual bond. When researchers measured what the dogs did when they approached, most of them showed submissive body language, crouching slightly, moving slowly, offering physical contact without demanding attention back. Your dog doesn't need to be taught to comfort you. They were built for it. A follow-up study went even further. Researchers measured how quickly dogs crossed a magnetic door to reach a crying owner versus a calm one. Dogs crossed the barrier significantly faster when their owner was crying, and their own cortisol was lower when they successfully reached them. Reaching you wasn't just a response, it was a relief for them. I find this one almost impossible to sit with. They cross towards your pain faster because something in them needs to reach you, not for a reward, because getting to you, when you're hurting, is its own resolution. Have you ever cried around your dog and noticed exactly what they did? Write it in the comments. But here's where science gets complicated and honest. A 2024 study published in Animal Cognition measured how dogs behaved when their owners experienced genuine sadness, not acted, but real. And the results surprised everyone. When owners were genuinely sad, dogs gazed at them less, kept more physical distance, not comfort-seeking behavior. Distance, the researchers' explanation. Dogs detect the emotional shift accurately. That part is confirmed. But the response isn't always approach. Dogs whose emotional state has been disrupted through contagion may need a moment to regulate themselves before offering comfort. The dog that presses against you after sitting quietly for a few minutes? They may have been processing first, coming to you when they were ready, not overwhelmed. Does your dog come to you immediately when you're upset, or do they wait first? I'm genuinely curious. Write it in the comments. This didn't happen by accident. For 15,000 years, the dogs who could read human emotional states had an enormous survival advantage. They could sense when a human was about to act with fear or anger. The ones who missed those signals were less predictable to live alongside. Over thousands of generations, emotional sensitivity wasn't just preserved, it was refined. A dog pressing against your leg when you're sad isn't performing a learned trick. They are doing exactly what 15,000 years of evolution prepared them to do. Feel the weight of your emotional world and move toward you because of it. There's something important hidden in all of this. If you're going through a prolonged period of stress, grief, or depression, pay attention to your dog. Not just because they're supporting you, because they're absorbing it too. Emotional contagion works both ways. Dogs who live with chronically stressed owners show measurably higher cortisol levels themselves. They take on what you carry. This doesn't mean you should hide your emotions. That's neither possible nor healthy. But it does mean when you're struggling, your dog is working harder than you realize. Take care of yourself, partly because they need you to. They never asked to be protected from your pain. They just stayed. If you noticed changes in your dog during a hard time, please write it in the comments. So the next time you're having one of those quiet, heavy evenings, and your dog gets up, crosses the room, and presses against you without being asked, remember what's actually happening. 3 biological systems: scent, visual auditory processing, and emotional contagion, all firing simultaneously. A body chemistry shift detected before you showed a single sign, a heartbeat that may have begun to mirror yours, and a 15,000-year-old drive that says, when they hurt, go to them. They're not just being sweet. They know, and they came anyway. On this channel, every week, we go deeper into the science of the bond between you and your dog. Because they chose to spend their one life with you, they deserve to be understood.